Equifax, one of the largest credit reporting agencies in America, was sued for the biggest data breach in American history. And yes, they do owe you some money. This data breach happened in 2007. But the crazy part about this is a lot of people think that the claims period ended in 2020. Well, I'm here to give you the greatest news you're going to hear. It actually didn't. There's an extension period that goes all the way up to 2024. Yes, it's almost over, so the clock is ticking. And this can possibly be your golden ticket to delete any negative accounts from your Equifax report if you were affected. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through this 4-step process. It's very important that you watch this to the end, because on step 1, I'm going to show you if you were affected and how to figure that out. Step 2, I'm going to show you how much you can actually claim. Step 3, I'm going to show you how to file that claim. And step 4, I'm going to show you exactly how to use the information if you were affected by this data breach to delete any negative accounts from your Equifax credit reports, your Experian, and your TransUnion credit report. This is not legal advice and this is not financial advice, and I am not an attorney. There's going to be a lot of naysayers, ladies and gentlemen, but as usual, I'm going to bring you all the proof and all the sauce that you need. So as you can see here, we'll put it up on the screen. After January 22nd of 2020, you can still file a claim for expenses you incur between January 23rd, 2020 to January 22nd of 2024. We still have plenty of time. Losses from unauthorized charges to your accounts, fees you pay to professionals like accountants or attorneys to help you recover from identity theft, other expenses you incurred while recovering from identity theft like notary fees, document shipping fees, postage, mileage, and phone charges. You can use all of those items to claim some money from this massive data breach. So the next step is we're going to go straight to step number 1, and I'm going to show you exactly how to see if you were affected. Step 1, we're going to see exactly how you can find out if you were affected. This is going to be very, very simple. I'm going to put the trusted link inside of the comment section and in the description of this video. Only use that link because there's a lot of other confusing links on Google. Now, once you actually click on that link, you're going to come to the actual page that's going to have all the jargon and everything. You want to scroll all the way down past it until you've seen this massive green button that says find out if my information was impacted. Sorry, find out if your information was impacted. Once you see that, you're going to click that green button and you're going to submit your personal information. Now, once you've clicked on that see if you were impacted button, the big green button, then it's going to pop up a screen, check your eligibility. All it's going to do is ask you your last name and then the last 6 digits of your social security number. I went through this entire process myself. This is exactly how I got all this information for you. I used myself as the actual test monkey, just so everybody knows that this is safe and secure. Now, once you enter that information, it's going to tell you if you were impacted or if you were not impacted. Now, once I submitted that information, it said, thank you. Based on the information you provided, our records indicate your personal information was impacted by this incident. This is the golden ticket. This is the most valuable, most important thing. You cannot skip. You cannot mess this up. You need to screenshot this. You need to save it and print it, because this is your proof that you were in fact impacted and your identity is at risk. I cannot stress this enough to you. Do not mess this up. Screenshot it, save it on your computer, print it out, do whatever you got to do, save it on your phone to make sure that you never lose this, because this is your exact proof that you need. Because at the bottom of it, I'll show it right here, there's going to be a code. It's going to have an engagement number. This is what we're going to use later on in the video, where we're going to attack those negative items that are hurting your credit. So don't miss out. And if your identity was literally stolen within this time period, or you had any issues, or later on there's some type of craziness that happens and someone gets your information, this is your proof that your information was leaked and you know exactly where it happened. So this is why it's very important that you do not lose this and you keep it and guard it with your life. All right, so step number 2 is going to be file a claim. Now we're on step 2, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important to understand. You have 2 choices on step number 2 here. You can either file a claim or you can just use this to attack those negative items. You're gonna have to wait to the end of the video because we have to talk about how to file this actual claim. So in order to file the claim, you have to have actual proof. Now, what is the type of proof that we're going to need? Now, we'll put it up on the screen here so you can see it. So you can claim time spent during the extended claims period recovering from fraud, identity theft, or misuse of your personal information caused by the data breach, up to 20 total hours at $25 an hour. So you can claim your time spent and then out-of-pocket losses during the extended claims period resulting from the data breach, up to $20,000. So here is the secret $20,000. Now, how can we get to it? How much can we claim? Let me show you a little breakdown that I did. Yo, special shout out to our channel sponsor, Moo, but we'll talk about that some other time. Now, once you click on the file a claim button, it's gonna pop up and it's gonna give you the instructions to file the claim. So in section 1, it's gonna say time spent. If you claim 10 hours or less, you must describe the actions you took in response to the data breach. If you claim more than 10 hours total, you must describe the actions took in response to the data breach. So I'm gonna break it down exactly what you can say and how you can actually use the different things that you may have been a part of. Last part is the most important. It's gonna ask you what month it actually happened and how many hours. So you're gonna have to go through every section and choose every month that you believe you were affected, and you can actually use as many of those as you want. Now, once you figure out how many and what month, you're gonna put time spent explanation. Time was spent calling Equifax, typing and creating dispute letters, and looking at my credit reports. Time was spent going back and forth to the post office. Time was spent finding errors on my credit reports. Time was spent calling Equifax multiple times. Time was spent filling out envelopes. Time was spent printing and signing dispute letters. Time was spent filling out USPS certified mail forms. Time was spent in line at the post office. You can use all of those. Now, let me give you another good example of how to break down the cost, because it may ask you for a breakdown. So you're gonna spend $200 on mailing. That means your envelopes, your paper, your certified mail. That's how much you're gonna spend, $200. You can do this per month, per year, whatever you wanna break it down to. But I did this per year because you can send off one round, and I did the calculations of how much it could potentially cost you per month for every round, because you can only send one round every 35 days. Now, $1,000 can be spent for a cell phone to watch alerts, because guess what? You had to buy a cell phone, right? Yeah, that's right, in order to watch these alerts. $1,500 for the full year for cell phone service. $1,200 for home internet to print out the reports and look at your credit reports, and $150 for the cost of a printer. Now, if you got a better printer, there you go. You can put some more money on it. But this brings you to a total of $4,050. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, because you know it helps the channel. Please. Now, once you're done submitting your claim, it's going to give you an actual code. Make sure you screenshot this, save this code so you can have a reference to your actual claim. This is very, very important. So that is exactly how you file the claim. Now we're off to step number 4. Step number 4, I'm gonna walk you through how to use this evidence to attack any negative items you have with Equifax. First, we're gonna start with Equifax, then we're gonna go to Experian and TransUnion. So now at step number 4, we're going to go to the CFPB website, and we are going to file a complaint against Equifax. Now remember, when you actually submitted your information and it told you you were impacted, you're going to use that information. But first, I want you to type up a simple letter using Word or Doc on actual Google for free. You need to create this document because you're going to attach it to your complaint. Now, in that letter that you're going to give to the CFPB, that you're going to type this up, you're going to put all your information on the letter, your name, your birth date, your social, your address, all that information for the CFPB. And you're going to state in that letter, my information was sold and bought illegally because I was a victim of the Equifax data breach. I want these items deleted from my credit report effective immediately. I am attaching proof that Equifax has admitted that I was in fact a victim of this data breach and Equifax has done nothing. Please help me delete these illegal accounts from my credit report. List all the negative accounts from your Equifax credit reports, account names and account numbers, and you file your complaint with the CFPB. But you need to make sure that you attach the proof that you got showing that you were affected by this data breach. So you attach that that to your complaint, and then you're gonna wait 7 to 14 business days. Don't count the holidays. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. So 7 to 14 business days, the CFPB will respond back to you because this is an identity issue. Now, we're hoping that you got the response back from the CFPB and they stated they deleted everything from your Equifax credit report that you listed. Now, here is your other golden ticket. It's very important. Make sure that you document your actual case number with the CFPB. You make copies, screenshot it, print it out, their response where it shows they deleted everything. And Equifax should also send you a letter in the mail stating that they deleted it. Now, you make copies of all of this, and then you make a very simple letter that you send to Experian on its own and to TransUnion on its own also. You're gonna state very simply, I was a victim of the Equifax data breach. I want these items deleted from my credit report effective immediately. List the account numbers and account name. As you can see, the CFPB actually deleted these accounts from my credit report because I was a victim of this data breach, and I expect you to do the same immediately. Send it certified mail with return receipt. Wait 30 to maximum 45 days. Now, if they respond that they're not going to delete them, then guess what? That's okay. Make copies of this, and then you're going to submit an individual actual complaint for Experian and for TransUnion, and you're going to use your reference from your first case. You're going to state, here is the proof that I was in fact a victim of this Equifax data breach. As you may know, you deleted the accounts from my credit reports because you saw that I was a victim of this data breach. Now, TransUnion and Experian refused to delete these items from my credit reports. Please delete them immediately, as I was a victim of this Equifax data breach. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you use the data breach to get these items deleted from your credit report if you were affected. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure that you watch the next video because it is about TransUnion and it is saucy and you don't want to miss it. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.